everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole, and in today's video we are going over the 2021 holiday collection from a couple of different places. We're going to be looking into Target, Crate&Barrel, Pottery Barn, and some honorable mentions from a couple of other places too. So while I am not a fan of the cold or how dark it's getting now, I am a huge fan of the holiday season. It's time to start looking into putting up your Christmas tree, looking into all of the other decorations and little items around the house that you can get yourself in the holiday spirit with. So let's take a look at some of those. All of the items I'm going to be speaking about today will be in the description box below, so if you do want to look into any of them, go ahead and check there. If that sounds good to you, go ahead, give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. Let's look around. Now this video specifically is going to be looking mostly into Christmas. That is the holiday that I celebrate myself, but a couple of these stores are expanding into mostly Hanukkah. I've even seen a little bit of Diwali out there as well, so I do want to give those a quick shout out. Definitely something to check out if those are more along the lines of what you celebrate yourself. They have some beautiful items for both of those holidays, so I'll definitely give those a mention when we get there. Quick background, again, grew up celebrating Christmas, a very traditional big reds and greens, and our tree always had the very colorful lights and tinsel. And as I've grown up, I've pretty much carried that on for most of my life. And now I'm finding that that kind of more simplistic, toned down version of Christmas is what I'm really drawn to. So you'll see that reflected in what I'll show you today. So if you are really big into those big bold colors, maybe you have children and you're looking to get a little bit more into that kind of animated version of Christmas, this is not exactly going to be that style. So just a quick heads up before we get started. We're going into the top 5 of these places, starting off with Target. So starting off with our first item, I'm looking at, so we're cheating a little bit already, right from the start. They're 2 separate items. I'm going to count them as one because I think they kind of go together. So the number's already a little bit off, but bear with me. So we're looking at this beautiful wreath from Hearth Hand. It is pre-lit. It has some of those pine cone details. But what I really love about this is that it is a little bit more of that simplistic, pared back. It's not very in your face. It's just a very beautiful piece that can go on your door, that you could put inside as well, paired with piece number 1, part B, which is going to be the garland version of that wreath. So same thing here. We are looking at some of those pine cones. We have it already is pre-lit in that nice warm white light, but it is very simplistic. It's a little bit full, but it's not overly full, which I really like that kind of more Nordic, Scandinavian type Christmas look. So I will show a couple pictures of some other items here as well to kind of show you a little bit more of that sparse garland that I have found myself very drawn to recently. My husband is still a fan of the big, thick garlands, wreaths, all of that. So this is a perfect kind of meet in the middle, in between type of situation. This will look great over a mantle, over a doorway, and again, just add that little bit of extra light and decor to your space. This next piece is a 14.5 tall potted arrangement where you can see it has some of the berries, it has some of the stems. This one I believe is cedar. It comes in this gorgeous vase, and it is so on point with being kind of in season holidays without being so in your face Christmas, which is what I really like about it. So this is a great item that you can put on a table, again on a mantle, anywhere you want to add a little bit of that kind of in the season spirit without going over the top, without necessarily adding lights. And it's a very classy way to bring in some of those colors and some of those seasonal items. Next, we have these tabletop trees. So again, I'm showing 2 here. These are actually the same item this time, just in different sizes. So we have a large and a medium. I'm assuming that means there's a small. I have not actually come across that yet. Maybe it's just not on the website right now. I'm having some trouble finding it, but we're looking at that antique gold. So it's not that kind of, my issue with gold tends to be that when it's that really shiny gold, it tends to look a little bit cheap, a little bit tacky. When you look more into that antiqued gold or brass, something that has a little bit more depth to it, that's when I can start to get on board. So these trees are a great height. Again, you can put them pretty much anywhere. They are very simplistic. They're a little bit more minimal, but you still know exactly what they are. They can bring some of that holiday look to your tabletop, to wherever it is you want to place them. And I think they are just very, very beautiful way to bring in a little bit more holiday decor. Next up, the scent in your home is something that I know for me is just so important around the holidays. I'm switching out my beloved lavender candles now towards more of those spruce, fir, evergreen, whatever the scent is that I can find that brings in that wintry Christmas tree type of scent. Now, what's great about this one, this forest fir ornamental one, is that it not only brings in that beautiful scent that is going to make your home feel like it is truly ready for the holidays, it also comes in this really beautiful ornament. As you can see here, again, we're looking into a little bit more of a shiny gold, which I know we just spoke about. So it's not exactly my style here, but I still think it is very beautiful. You open it up and you have the candle inside. You can close the top and you just have a nice decorative piece. Once you do use up all the candle, you could even, get the rest of that wax out and continue to use this as just an ornamental piece. You can use it as, some type of candy dish, something to hold something else, so that you also are increasing your little bit of storage instead of only having something that is purely ornamental, purely for aesthetic purposes. So you do kind of get a 2-in-1 here, which I absolutely love. Last up, we're talking about stocking holders. So these are both from Magnolia. They are just kind of two different versions of the same stocking holder. So technically, I still think we're in my 5 per store limit, but these are ones that I actually did purchase. They are out on my mantle right now. I got them in matte black, of course. What I really love about these, again, a little bit more simplistic. They have a couple of different colors here. You have this little button nub type one, which is the one that I did end up getting. And then you also have it over here with a hook. So either way, again, very simple, very classy looking, but you can bring it in a couple different colors. They're also very heavy, so I think you could actually use these. I know that growing up, we always had these very pretty decorative ones that as soon as you put something in there, they start to tip and fall off and you have to take the stocking down from the mantle. Now, I don't know how much these can actually hold, but I'm pretty confident that they could hold a bit. They're quite heavy, so I would absolutely recommend these. So that is it for Target. Moving right along to Crate&Barrel. So I actually went to Crate&Barrel yesterday and were able to see some of these in person. I also, of course, ordered a couple myself and they're already here because I have a problem. But let's get into the top 5 for Crate&Barrel. So I don't know about you, I have had the most difficult time finding a tree topper that is in my style, that is a little bit, again, on that kind of grown-up, I'll say classier side, that also is light enough that it's actually going to stay on top of the tree. Pretty sure I found it here. So this 3D star is absolutely beautiful. It is fairly large, but it's also very light. I do not see any issues with this being on the top of a tree. There was one I was looking at from, I believe it was CB2, and it was very similar to this, but all of the comments were saying that it was too heavy to actually hold on top of the tree. So what I like about this is it's a very big statement. It is a large piece, but it is so beautiful. And again, it's light enough that it's actually going to sit on top of that tree without pulling anything down. Going from the top of the tree to the bottom of the tree, again, I've always had a very bright red, I think there was a reindeer on it and a snowflake tree skirt that would just screamed traditional Christmas. So now we're trying to move into a little bit more of, again, I'm very inspired by that kind of Nordic, Scandinavian Christmas vibe. And this tree skirt is just cozy and beautiful. So this knit ivory tree skirt, again, this very chunky knit, kind of like my sweater here. Nice. This is going to be a great way to bring in that little bit of warmth, that little bit of texture that I'm really looking for in my own home. Now they also make some stockings that are very similar to this tree skirt, and I was very interested, and I'm going to put them on this list. I just need you to keep in mind, these things are huge. I was so excited when I saw them online. I was going to purchase them, but the price point kind of held me back a little bit because I would need 4 total, and it just seemed a little bit pricier than what I wanted to spend on stockings. Now, going to the store yesterday, I'll show you a little video of them. They are so big, so I totally get why they are the price point that they are, and I think if you are looking for a statement piece, if you're looking to have maybe 1 or 2 that is much larger, this is something that could be great for you. It comes in ivory, it also comes in your traditional kind of Christmassy red, so these were absolutely stunning. If you are looking for something like this, highly recommend. Now we're moving towards a little bit more of a tabletop decor piece. These Christmas trees were beautiful. Looking at them online, I was drawn to them initially because, again, black and white, a little bit more of that monochromatic vibe is something that I am absolutely loving recently. They did have these out and they are gorgeous. So they come in a couple of heights, and again, if you are looking more in that monochrome Christmas vibe, these are absolutely something to look into. Last up, they had these really beautiful statues of reindeer. These come in several colors, they come in several sizes. Again, seeing them in person, you really get an appreciation for how big some of them are. You know, you read 21 inches on the website and you're like, okay, yeah, that's fairly large. But seeing them in person, they get very big. So these can really go with a lot of different decor styles. It does come in a matte black and a white, but then it also comes in a silver and a gold. So depending on what it is that you're looking for, what's going to go best in your home, size-wise, color-wise, there's definitely something here that can work for you. And then finally, I did want to shout out that Crate&Barrel does have a Hanukkah section. Again, this is not my area of expertise, so I didn't want to pick out anything that I would purchase personally. So if you are someone who celebrates Hanukkah, definitely something to look into. Moving right over to Pottery Barn. So I have a lot here, and we're going to explain that in a second, but it still fits in my category of 5 according to my own rules. So let's get going. First up is this lit pine branch. Pottery Barn does some absolutely breathtaking faux branches. I think that they are well worth the price. I know that when you look at it initially, it does seem very pricey, but the quality is completely there. So this is an item that it comes pre-lit, and again is very seasonal. It's very holiday-ish without being overly Christmassy. It's something you can easily put in your decor as it is right now, just to bring in that little bit of a wintry vibe. Along the same notes, this juniper and berry bundle, so it comes all together in this kind of set here. It's just another way to add that same wintry holiday vibe without being too Christmassy right in your face. I have seen a lot of different nutcracker variations throughout a lot of these stores. Most of them are doing that matte black, which you would think would be right up my alley, but I really like these wooden ones from Pottery Barn. So a lot of what I've shown so far has been either just kind of wintry or it's been monochromatic. So I really like that these wooden nutcrackers bring in that little bit of warmth from those different wood tones, and they just add a little bit more interest. Nutcracker is something that is still very Christmassy, but it's not, big bright red, it's not lit up. They're just very understated, but still very visually beautiful. They come in a couple of different sizes. You can buy them as a set, and I think they are so cute. Now we're moving back over into the light. We have these pre-lit little trees here. They come in 14 inches, 24 inches, and 48. Now I am all about the fake Christmas trees. I have not really understood the whole cutting down a tree that you're gonna drag in your house and it's going to die, and then you're going to throw it out in your driveway to be collected by garbage. I have just never understood that. I think if you can get, these are still so pretty. They come pre-lit, so you don't have to string lights, which I think was always the worst part growing up. I don't mind putting all the ornaments on the trees, but for some reason, getting the lights done has always been just a huge pain. And again, you're not killing a tree every year, so I'm all about this. So you have different size options. That means you can put them in a lot of different places. I don't know if these ones would be okay outside. I think if you have a covered porch or something like that, they would even be beautiful right outside your door. But they also come in some pretty decent pots. Sometimes you get these trees and the pot that it comes in is just not that cute, and then you have to buy a separate one. This could actually work as is. So my next 2 items are, again, kind of a couple of different items, all under the same category. I think that the holidays are not just about, decorating for Christmas specifically. For me, the holidays are really just about getting with your loved ones, getting that kind of cozy feeling of togetherness. And these are some items that can really help, not with the mantle and the tableside decor, but with just your everyday items. So Pottery Barn does an amazing job with their throw pillows. They have a lot of different faux fur ones, which are so nice. They can bring in, again, we just crave that coziness. It is cold outside. I don't know about you, but the second that temperature drops, I want to throw on a blanket, cozy up with a nice soft pillow, have the fireplace going, and this will get you there. So whether it's these Sherpa pillows with the really cute pom-poms, the teddy bear style, or again, those faux fur ones, these are sure to bring that warmth and coziness back into your home. And what is a nice, soft, warm pillow without a very soft, warm blanket? I absolutely love their faux furs. They are so soft. Anytime you walk by this, if you go into a Pottery Barn, you will be drawn to touch it, and it's so soft. Go touch it. They come in a lot of these warm, earthy tones, which I think are so stunning. And then of course you do have the option here. If you want to go for that bright Christmassy red, you can do that here too. So special shout out to Pottery Barn. Not only do they have a beautiful Hanukkah section, they also have a section devoted to Diwali. So if you are somebody who celebrates either of those holidays, definitely check out Pottery Barn. Again, take a scroll through. Definitely some very, very beautiful pieces. These last two stores are more like honorable mentions. Going through, I didn't see a lot that really spoke to me myself, but they do have some good items that I do want to make sure that we go over. If you are looking for some kind of upgraded versions of ornaments, CB2 has you covered. They have a lot of the spun glass. They've worked with a lot of marble. Let's take a look. Then again, they have a great Hanukkah section as well, so be sure to check that out. Last but not least, we are heading to West Elm. So again, not a lot that really spoke to me for what I would purchase myself, but if you are into mercury glass, they have some absolutely beautiful pieces for candles that you need to see. I was also a really big fan of this red berry branch. Red isn't a color that I use a lot of, but when it comes to something a little bit more, I'll say natural, even though it's a fake version of it, but that kind of winter berry is something that is very beautiful, again, very seasonal, brings in that kind of holiday feel, and these were just very, very well done. And again, West Elm bringing in that very nice Hanukkah collection as well. Check it out. So those are the 2021 holiday items that I am absolutely dying to purchase myself. Of course, a couple of them I already have. Most of them, unfortunately, I will not be able to. So if you do get any of these, please leave me a comment below. Are they as beautiful as I think they're going to be? I really think they are, but you never know. If you found this helpful, again, give this video a like, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until next time. Bye.